Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your evening update. There's so much news coming out of the West Ham situation. So I thought I'd come to you and give you another brief update. And I feel like right now, when you're on the channel, you could get an update in the morning, you could get an update at noon, and you can get an update in the evening. And that is literally the way it's going to be moving forward until the end of the window. The reason being is that West Ham have not had any signings come in. But equally, you're hearing a lot of news about some of our players heading out the door. So I thought I'd bring you another update. I know you've had an update earlier on today with Russie rumours and he's rating them. So I thought I'd give you an update on what has been happening in the transfer world in relation to West Ham, of course. Now, the first piece of news I want to get talking with you today is the fact that we believe, according to sources, that the deal for Cresswell to head to Wolves is off. We're led to believe that they failed to agree a transfer fee. We all know the Wolves situation. We all know that they seem to be in financial disarray and it's having a major effect on their transfer window. They are trying to do business in the market and it looks like they are trying to reunite the friends of Cresswell and Dawson, but several sources are saying the chances of him leaving are really slim now. Now, we were led to believe that talks took place last week, I believe, that West Ham were looking to potentially see Cresswell move to Wolves for around about a £5 million fee. And given the fact his age is in the wrong side of 30 and the fact that he's only got 1 year left on his contract, you cannot fathom the fact that you could not stand in the way of the long-time servant at West Ham moving on as well. But from what we understand, this deal is not going to happen. So as things stand, Cresswell will still be a West Ham player for now. Next up is another piece of news coming out of West Ham, and that is the fact that Mickey Antonio still could be a West Ham player come the start of the season, as we are led to believe the Saudi Arabia link has all but gone for now. Anyway, now the Jamaican international, who has been linked to the Saudi Pro League club at Ettifaq, have potentially fallen down between all of the parties. It would no doubt been a very lucrative deal for Mickey Antonio, who is also the wrong side of 30 as a 33-year-old. But you never know, it could be a situation that could grow arms and legs. But it looks like their interest in the striker is not potentially as strong as what it was being, because I think recently as well, the club have also went ahead and signed a few more players today, announcing the arrival of former Lyon and Celtic player Moussa Dembele and the former Celtic player as well, Jack Hendry. So they are keen to strengthen in areas, and I think that I would not rule this one out essentially, but for now, the club that we were thinking that Antonio could have been heading to in Saudi Arabia is not going to happen. What do you think about that? Leave it in the comments section below. Now, this one's an interesting one. Jonathan Tah, a West Ham United transfer target for such a long time, who plays at Bayer Leverkusen, who's very well known from Tidsteiden as well. He has said that he wants to make a Premier League move. He is very keen. He's always been interested in the Premier League and would be keen and admitted he would like to play in the Premier League as well. He was interviewed in a German reporter source on the 27th of July that he said that potentially he's been searching for a move away from Bayer Leverkusen since the winter. And although his release clause, which was £15.5 million, expired on the 10th of July, he is still hopeful of a move. Now, West Ham have been linked to the big 6-foot-odd centre half for a while. And again, like I said, the appointment of Tim Steinen come to West Ham should really know what he is capable of doing. Now, the market's still open, so anything can still happen. And people are very aware that there is a need to bring in a centre half. I really like the looks of this German international who could come in and I believe hit the ground running as well. And I think there's no real huge adaptation to the Premier League. I think everyone has to do that to a certain extent, but he's a different type of defender in comparison to Thilo Kehrer. He's 6'5" first and foremost. He's got so much height. He's got so much physicality. And we all know that that's the sort of things that David Moyes does desire to do. He's 27-year-olds. He's had over 270 appearances for Bayer, or in the Bundesliga, over 230 appearances for Leverkusen. He's earned 16 international caps as well for his German team. For me, no brainer for me, 15, 16 million, get him in, and you've got your really strong cover in the defence. But who am I and what do I know? I'm only Anton, who works for the West Ham Network. Anyway, next up, I think Russ reported on this earlier on, or never necessarily reported it. He talked about the rumour that West Ham were potentially linked to this young defender. His name is Emil Holm. He plays for Serie B side Spezia. But he's highly rated in Italy, and lots of clubs are potentially searching around for him. Now, there is a fee supposedly in and around about £8 million from the Italian media, but I think they have a higher valuation of about 14 million pounds. He is 23 years old. He has played in Serie A, but was relegated with them, but he has had 20 appearances in Serie A last term. But I think he may be looking for a move away. Is this the future fullback for West Ham? Again, you let me know in the comments section. Last but not least, it's all about this man. Apparently, according to sources, we are very, very close, imminently about to announce the signing of this young geezer, Carlos Borges, from Manchester City. He's been prolific in the youth system, scoring 22 goals in 35 Premier League 2 games and 23 in the under-18 Premier League competition as well. Now, several reporters, including Darmesh from the Sky Sports News, has said that they reckons that this deal will be announced imminently, very, very shortly. So this could be the first Tim Steidten signing coming into the club. And yeah, I mean, listen, as much as he's not played a lot of Premier League football or any Premier League football, there is an element of risk, but he comes with high plaudits. Everyone loves him and thinks he's a great player. The problem you've got at Man City is you've got so many levels and so much value within that squad that's trying to knock off someone off the pedestal is going to be tough. And it's not that I don't think that they think he's special, but he's at that age where he needs to go and play football. That's why they desperately want a buyback clause. Let's hope we get this deal done as soon as possible. And finally, during this summer, which we thought would have been really, really busy as West Ham fans and as a West Ham channel, we can actually start to announce players coming through the door, especially after David Moyes' interview with Sky Sports News. There you go. There's your little transfer roundup for the evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, hit the membership option as well. Take it easy, everyone. And of course, come on, you Irons.